In other news now, leaders at the North Kingstown School Department turned a blind eye to the inappropriate behavior of a former coach.
That is according to the results of an independent investigation into the naked fat test scandal plaguing the school department. KAYLA Fish is joining us live in North Kingstown this morning with additional details. KAYLA?
Well, this new report shows that multiple students reported being fat tested while naked in the years after 2018. That's the time when former Superintendent Phil Auger and other school leaders confronted Aaron Thomas about this alleged behavior. Now, Thomas, the former boys basketball coach, is accused of getting students to strip naked with him alone behind closed doors for these tests since at least the mid-90s. A new allegation in the 258-page report, which was just released last night, indicates the tests became sexual in nature. The report slams Auger, saying he turned a blind eye by accepting Thomas's word that no students were inappropriately touched. The report also says Auger's failure to oversee Thomas's conduct after that first complaint in 2018 can be considered neglect of duty. Auger, who led the school for 11 years, the school system, resigned last week. But one parent at last night's school committee meeting says that the school committee should have taken action before that.
It's disappointing that the school committee is always like a day late on every major decision that has to be made for our school community. It would have made sense to put Mr. Auger on leave during that time. I mean, you had investigators questioning people at the school, and this man was still their boss.
Now, this new report makes recommendations including educating families on how to report inappropriate conduct and updating school policies. Also, at last night's school committee meeting, the school committee appointed a new interim superintendent while they try and find a permanent replacement. You'll hear from the interim superintendent coming up in the next half hour. For now, live in North Kingstown this morning, I'm KAYLA Fish, 12 News.
Our top story this morning, a new report is out blasting North Kingstown school leaders for their inaction when it comes to former high school basketball coach Aaron Thomas.
Thomas accused of conducting naked fat tests on former students. 12 News reporter KAYLA Fish live with a closer look at what is in this new report. KAYLA.
Well, Patrick and Danielle, this report is more than 250 pages long, and it was just released last night. It comes down hardest on former Superintendent Phil Auger, who led the school system for the past 11 years until he resigned last week. Now, this report looks into exactly what adults in the school system knew about Aaron Thomas, the former basketball coach, accused of getting underage students to strip naked alone with him for these so-called fat tests since at least the mid-1990s. In one allegation revealed for the first time in this new report, a student who says he was fat tested as recently as 2019 says the interactions became sexual. The report slams Auger for taking Thomas's word that no students were inappropriately touched. The report also points a finger at a former athletic director and assistant superintendent for turning a blind eye to the situation. Last night, the school committee appointed Michael Waterman as interim superintendent and vowed to be transparent about hiring a new permanent replacement.
My top priority is to create a learning environment where all members of our learning community feel safe. We have hardworking students, caring teachers, and a supportive community who will come together to heal and recover from the difficult years we have been through together.
Now, there are multiple investigations into this whole situation, but Aaron Thomas has not been criminally charged and has denied any wrongdoing, according to his lawyers. Now, according to the school committee, there will be counselors for school students and staff at the high school both today and tomorrow following the release of this new report. You can find much more detail about the report right now on our website, WPRI.com. Live in North Kingstown this morning, I'm KAYLA Fish, 12 News.